Hello everyone and welcome to my next video for Decil Final Fantasy Opera Omnia. And in this video I'm going to be taking on the Abyss Lead to the Thick of It Part 10 Level 200 Lufenia quest as part of the new Abyss that's come out with Balthier's global first LD weapon. And I'm going all in with a team of Lightning, Decil and Balthier with a Diabolos summon. So in this one we are facing off against a pair of Merilith Glorious, the heretic versions, for they called it, but it is basically Lufenia because it's level 200 and we've got an orb to worry about. The orb needs you, it's a dispel orb basically, and the bosses will, at several HP thresholds, I believe it's something like 80, 50 and 30%, you know, the usual, they will basically self-cleanse and then apply a load of frame buffs to themselves, so you need to dispel them some way or another. And of course, for the code requirements, we do indeed have FF12, we need 2 yellow crystals, and we need a gun. So it's pretty much made for Balthier, right? You bring along Balthier and then one other yellow crystal character, in this case Lightning because she's awesome, and then you will have made the requirements. So the gameplay. So I've been playing around a bit with Balthier because I know there's been a little bit of controversy about kind of how well he is, or how strong he is as a global first, etc., etc. And I can say that he's okay. He's good. He's kind of weird because he's got the DPS Lufenia armour, but his LD turns him into an aura support, which is kind of funny. And a little bit ironic if you consider that Balthier always likes to consider himself the leading man in FF12. It's a bit of a running meme, and then like suddenly he's turned into a support in this game as well, which I think the lampshade did that in the video on the stream, which I thought was kind of funny. He's not groundbreaking, no, absolutely not. He's a similar kind of character to Kurasame or to Charlotta in that he boosts HP damage done, but he's got more utility because he also brings dispels and esseners, like he does a party cleanse, as well as stealing enemy buffs, which is low-key really useful for those Lufenia orbs that need you to bring dispellers or essener units or cleansers, because we've basically only got Yuna right now, and then in the future we're going to be getting Penelo and we're going to be getting Theodore, and they will have party cleanse effects as well, but Balthier is another option, so he brings a lot of utility in terms of fulfilling orb requirements. And his auras are pretty strong, they're quite good, it does take him a while to get rolling. 20% extra brave damage is not a burst level aura, okay? I've seen some people saying, oh my god, it's BT level buffs. No, it's not. Paladin Cecil brings BT level buffs because he gives 50% brave damage to the party, and then an extra 50% on top of that because of the enchant imperil. So, like, you know, Paladin Cecil is where you want to be looking if you want to be looking for auras. Balthier is more of a like utility pick, like a hybrid DPS. He's pretty good. I'll put him in the same sort of ballpark as Kurasame. You know, he's pretty good. He doesn't have Kurasame's busted additional abilities, but his buffs are also based on his overhead effects, so if bosses like to cleanse all the time, like these ones do, then you're not going to need to worry about keeping up the stacks, so he's kind of easier to use in that sense. His kit is a bit outdated, and he doesn't do particularly a lot of damage with his skill 1, in fact the battery from his skill 2 is kind of better. But he's good. Is he worth going broke for? Is he worth chasing with everything? No, absolutely not. But is he a very, very useful pick, and he's probably going to be, you know, used in a lot of Lufenias all throughout the next month and probably a couple after that? Yes, absolutely. And he's very, very usable. So I can understand people hoping that we would get another Beatrix or another Aranea or even another Vivi. Like, he's probably around Vivi's level, maybe a little bit under that, but he's still very strong. Anyway, that's enough about Balthier. So for this one, we see the game plan. So I'm going to be applying the... I brought Decil along for launch damage because Decil does a shit ton of damage. Like, even, you know, it's double DPS. He does a ton of damage. And he also brings delay because his LD delays the enemies, so that is another reason that I brought him along as well. He's got the Ram's Call effect, so that will help to compensate for the length of time that it takes for Balthier to get up and running. We've got Lightning with even more delay, and we've got Balthier with the Rude Call effect, because I want to get that elemental damage boost to Decil and Lightning, which is going to be even stronger now because we're running at 50% instead of 30% because the summon passive got reworked, and 50% brave damage is kind of insane. And Machina Call effect for Lightning will help her burst phase become really strong because Machina's skill 1 Call effect actually increases critical damage dealt. So basically that means that if you stack Enchant Imperil on top of Machina's Call effect, on top of Balthier's Aura, and the aura that Lightning's already got, then she's going to be hitting like a truck. But we do need those imperils to stay online, basically. So I'm going to burn 2 turns at the start on his additional ability, because the faster that we get these stacks up, the better. Really don't have the luxury of waiting around for them to fill up, unfortunately. That is probably Balthier's biggest weakness, is the amount of time it takes for him to get going. Because you see, like, until he gets his 5th stack, his effects will not be applied to the party. So it's kind of like the Zande effect, you know? There's a little bit like Zande in terms of how long it takes him to get rolling. And then we've got Spark Strike over here. And then I am going to Soul Eater. In fact, you know, I'm going to Galvanize first. Let's get those buffs up with Decil. So let us do a Soul Eater, which will get the Dark Imperil up, and it will also get the damage boosting unique debuff up. So that is one thing that Decil is actually really good for, is this debuff, this New Moon Mysteries. That increases enemy damage taken by 20%, which is a freaking lot. So I definitely approve of that. I'm going to Danger Crush, just so I can get into the into low health again, so I can deal actual decent damage. So you see what I mean? You're running with this Speed Demon party because I'm trying to basically prevent the enemies from taking a turn. If you do it properly, they don't actually ever have to take a turn. But the weakness of this is that Balthier is still not at 5 stacks yet, and his turn is all the way back here, because Decil and Lightning both like to go really goddamn fast. Which is kind of unfortunate. So I am indeed going to Valiant Blow again. Finally, Balthier gets a turn, and I believe. Oh no, it's not. It's not gone. It's not cleansed yet, which is kind of interesting. I'm not sure when the cleansing threshold is. Okay, good. We've got the auras online now, which is what we wanted. I'm really tempted to do Soul Eater here, but don't, because when these things will buff themselves, we do need to reapply that debuff, unfortunately. I'm just going to use a Darkness. And I just realised I forgot to pop the effect with Rude, with Balthier. But we're still dealing capped bravery damage, so we're okay for now. But yeah, I definitely should have used the Rude Call with Balthier there. So it would be kind of a... Yeah, fine, let's just do it like this. Let's do it like this. So I'm going to do it. There we go, we've got the call effect active. Oh, it's a 69%. This is even better, so that was actually really well timed, because that is going to allow me to use Balthier's LD, which actually dispels, it steals 3 buffs from each enemy rather than just 1, so that's going to create some space for us to actually apply our debuffs, which is what we want. And yeah, I'm going to save Machina's call effect for now. I'm just going to LD so we get both the imperil. I'm going to do it over here so we get the LUFENIA orb as well. So there, we're dealing much more damage now. Thanks to Balthier's auras and the Diabolus summon passive, which is low-key doing a hell of a lot of work right now, because 50% extra bravery damage is a lot, and it's definitely more than just a raw 50% attack would be. I do have to throw that out there because of how the scaling works with the damage. And we can reapply the Soul Eater. And I can actually just Dark Cannon here. Very nice. And now it's Balthier's turn. He's going to kick the orbs back up so we don't have to worry about those. And I think as soon as we get an enemy below 50% health, then it is going to do some even more shenanigans. So you know what, I'm going to do that now. I'm going to do that with the Machina. So it should be another cleanse again at this point, I think. There we go. Oh, and they even knock their own turns back, so this is just all sorts of silliness right now. Kind of a waste just to do this EX, but we need to keep the buff online. Time for another Tides of Fate. Let's get let's do this. Let's get Ramsa's buffs back online on everyone. See, I believe it does refresh them when you call him in. Yeah. See, there we go, 8 turns. Okay, so it's done it for Decil, but not for Lightning over here. And Balthier is just completely full of framed buffs. Max Brave, speed up, defense up, we really don't care about that, whatever. So I mean, it's really, at this point we can really do whatever the hell we want, can't we? I'm going to use Cyclone Drive, and that's going to force another cleanse. Which I'm just going to use a Spark Strike over here. You know what, screw it, I'll go into summon. Why not? Oh yeah, we've got Diabolus. Ah, based Diabolus does the full dispel. I forgot about that. I should have used that to my advantage a bit more. Of course, that does mean we now have like 15 turns to kill these things, because if they don't buff, then the Lufenia Orb is just going to be like standing there menacingly. I am not going to use Crushing Blow with Lightning, however tempting it might be. God damn it, Lightning! Damn you, girl! You need to slow down. Okay, well, there's the end of the summon phase, and we can pretty much do what we want at this point, because you see we've got Crushing Blow, we've got 2 LD uses, we've got tons of skills, but it would be a waste not to use this burst, you understand. So it kind of has to be done. So let's get that Imperil online. Notice how our damage instantly shot up to 10k a hit, like instantly. And we were doing so little damage before. That is the power of bravery damage increase, my friends. So we can do this. and then the finisher. So this should be hitting cap damage, I think. Yep, double cap, no problem. Just lightning things. Oh, and she has a summon coming out of the. She has a EX coming out of the burst. That's just silly. Okay, this is pretty much over. GG. How are you still alive, sir? All right, well, you're not anymore. Okay, there we go. So yeah, Balthier is a thing. He's pretty decent. He's pretty good. I like the fact that he's level 80. So even though he doesn't have a LD boards himself, he does have a level 80, so that he can use boards. So I mean, he can use LD call abilities, which is quite helpful, and they are really powerful. You know, that Ramza was putting in that work right there, and the Machina call as well. So I'll just bring up my party used. This is my party setup. Yeah, so that's gonna be pretty much it. That's gonna be it for the Abyss. I might do another video later just testing him. I would say off synergy. I mean, this was technically off synergy, although he did get a bit of a buff because of the Abyss codes. I might do another video testing him off synergy, but this is yeah, this is gonna be it. So thanks everyone for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and until the next time, take care and goodbye.